Hello, everybody. This is Eric Vierethaler of Vierethaler Studios. Here once again, back for another video. So, I'm here to review Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I've really loved these new Planet of the Apes movies. I really have. I remember when Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out. I was kind of hesitant at first. I was like, I don't know. It was the first Planet of the Apes movie to no longer use makeup, but instead it was all motion capture. So, like it or not, the Tim Burton one is going to be the last one to ever use makeup effects. So, so, I wasn't sure about Rise of the Planet of the Apes at first, but I was like, you know what? Give it a chance. I heard a lot of really good reviews of it. And yeah, I loved Rise of the Planet of the Apes when it came out to theaters. Then a few years later, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes came out, which was the sequel. So 3 years later, that came out. And honestly, can only speak on my behalf. Hey, Tyrannotherium, how's it going, buddy? But yeah, I'm just speaking on my behalf. Out of all of the newer Planet of the Apes movies in this reboot timeline, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is my personal favorite one. It went at an excellent pace, excellent story, excellent characters. It was very, very, very smart. But yeah, Dawn was my absolute favorite. I couldn't wait for War for the Planet of the Apes. And yeah, and then War came out. I was really excited for War because it was directed by Matt Reeves, who did Dawn. And like I said, Dawn is my favorite out of all of the newer movies. I did like War, but to be honest, I still prefer Dawn because I feel like Dawn went at a better pace. With this movie, Matt Reeves did not come back to direct it. From my understanding, it's because he's too busy with these new Robert Pattinson Batman movies. And yeah, and that's totally fine because you can only do so much in 24-hour days. Dawn is my favorite as well. Awesome. War is your least favorite. Out of curiosity, why is War your least favorite? I mean, I respect your opinion, but I'm just curious. If I were to pick my least favorite of the series, of the new rebooted series, man. Uh, I have to think about it. I really do. I still like Rise, but I don't like it as much as when I saw it in theaters. I mean, I do still like the movie, but yeah, Dawn I feel like has aged better in my opinion. And what's interesting, what's a coincidence, is that this came out 10 years after Dawn. Man, that's crazy. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes came out 10 years ago now. Wow, that's crazy, dude. I feel old. Hey, Daniel. Happy Wednesday to you, too. Dawn, oh, sorry. War is my least favorite because I didn't like Hello. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. But yeah, hard for me to say what was my least favorite. But anyways, I did like War, but I feel like Dawn went at a better pace. And like with this one, uh, I forget who's the guy who directed. I think it was Wes Ball, I believe. Okay, Trinitarium. The reason why I didn't like War is because I didn't like how Caesar's oldest son and wife died in the beginning of the movie. Yeah, that can be depressing, but didn't he have another son who lived at the end, though? I haven't seen War since I saw it at the movie theater. Keenan. I think he meant to say Kingdom. I think that was a typo. If you're using the voice message thing, then yeah, then that makes sense because voice messaging isn't always accurate. I was planning on talking about spoilers, but if people in the live chat don't want me to talk about spoilers, then yeah, I completely get it. But yeah, what did I think of Kingdom? It was a, it definitely was a very entertaining movie. It was very good. It was very, very deep. The special effects were amazing. Like honestly, you forget that those aren't really actually apes. You forget that it's motion capture. Like wow, dude, like you can't tell it's CGI. I mean, it's a shame it's not practical effects because I get it. It puts makeup people out of work. But yeah, but the people who did the motion capture, man, they better at least be nominated for any sort of award for this visual effects. But yeah, so this time, rather than the apes being viewed as the unintelligent ones and the humans being viewed as the intelligent ones, this time it's in reversal how humans are now viewed as the unintelligent ones and how in the older movies it was the humans. Well, when I say the older movies, I mean the older ones in this rebooted timeline. I haven't seen every single Planet of the Apes movie. I saw the one from the 60s a really long time ago. I saw the Tim Burton one, and I saw all these new ones in the rebooted series. So originally in this rebooted series, the humans would hunt after the apes, and the apes were viewed as the dumb ones while the humans were the intelligent ones. This time the roles are reversed. And that made it really interesting, like how the main human character, there is this orangutan who viewed her as unintelligent, pretty much viewed her like she had the mentality of either like a severely special needs person or like a small child, when it actually was revealed that that she actually is smarter than what the orangutan anticipated that she was. And the orangutan in this movie, it definitely reminded me of the orangutan from the other rebooted movies in this series. That probably was the point. But yeah, I really, really liked his character. He was honestly one of my favorite characters in the entire movie. And man, and when his character, sorry, spoilers, when his character died, I'm like, oh man, that sucks. And I feel like that he redeemed himself for underestimating that human girl was because of how he saved her life and ultimately he lost his. So yeah, I really, really liked that. It's a real shame that his character died. But hey, but that right there says that they did a good job with the writing and with the actor like who played him. Like they did a good job by getting you to care about them. He was honestly one of the best characters in the entire movie. But I feel like that his character's death had meaning is because of how he gave the main ape character in this that necklace, and then that necklace carried on throughout the entire movie. Um, I liked I liked the villain in this movie, and it makes sense that after all that time when Caesar passed away, that there would be apes who pretty much treat Caesar as if he's like a religious prophet. I know there's no talk about religion on my channel, but this is an exception. But it makes sense that there would be apes who would twist his words and use it for propaganda. And yeah, and that made it feel that much more real. That there's pretty much religions started like because of Caesar, like people who still follow him even after all these decades after he passed. And that and yeah, and I liked what they did with like the birds in this movie, how that had its payoff. But the movie's not perfect though. All right, Terran Ethereum. I hope that if they are going to make another movie and apes are side by side. But yeah, I can see why they didn't really do that for this movie because they want to do something different with the story. And I thought it was interesting. I mean, in this movie, there's the human tribe, William H. Macy, and the main girl character. Far as humans, that's it. There's not really a lot of humans in this movie. And I guess that's one criticism that I have for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Besides Gary Oldman, the human characters really, there wasn't really much to them. But yeah, I honestly didn't even know that William H. Macy was in this movie. And whenever I hear about William H. Macy or see him in a movie, I am instantly reminded about how years ago, like 20 years ago or so, I saw a fan casting online where somebody said William H. Macy like should play Ned Flanders in a live action Simpsons movie. I was like, yes, yes, that's perfect casting. I mean, there's no one else who would be better for Ned Flanders than William H. Macy. That's perfect casting. I mean, can you think of anybody better? But yeah, anyways, this movie's not perfect. I still prefer Dawn because in my opinion, I do feel like Dawn went at a better pace. Just my own opinion, I felt like this kind of dragged at some points. And crap, what was the other issue that I had with the movie? Um, crap. Oh yeah. I just remembered this. Now maybe I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. But at the very end, the main human girl meets up with the main ape character, and it's revealed that she was hiding a gun behind her. Why did she have the gun on her? She was saying how she wanted to help those apes. So I'm like, okay, if you were wanting to help the apes, then why did you have the gun on you? It it indicated that she was planning on to kill him. I mean, it makes sense that earlier in the movie, like how she killed that one ape because it was harming one of the apes that was on her side. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But for this, but how at that scene, it was when she was talking to the main the main ape character that we followed throughout this movie. So that indicated to me that she was planning on to kill him. What was the point to that? Now again, maybe I'm missing something, but that's just how I looked at it. Okay, suppose if you don't want to hear it, but I didn't like how Proxima died by the Eagles. Yeah, yeah. Well, at least the Eagles had a payoff, and oh yeah. So when the human talked for the first time in this movie, I didn't think that the humans were gonna talk whatsoever in this movie, but they did. And when the main girl talked in this movie, I felt like that was a callback to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, like when Caesar spoke for the first time. So I did like that. Hey Dylan, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I just saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Have you and Travis seen it yet? But yeah, I definitely thought Kingdom was a pretty good movie. But in my own opinion, I still prefer Dawn as my favorite of this new series. But I definitely hope that the main girl character in this, I hope that she will continue on to be in more movies after this. Travis did. Okay. And what did he say about it? Just out of curiosity. Uh, do you mean the video about the best movies of 2023? Is that the video that you're talking about? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that video, and yeah, and but yeah, I definitely do agree with your guys'
distribution plan.
Oh, sorry.
How this is, seek it out, how to engage it, things.
Sorry, that was just my iPad going off. What was I doing again?
Casting, we went script.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, Godzilla minus one, I 100% agree with you and Travis, is the best movie that was released last year. 100% the absolute best movie that came out last year. 100%. 100%. But yeah, Guardians 3 was a great movie too. And Across the Spider-Verse were, yeah, both of those were really, really good movies that came out last year. And before Godzilla minus one, I was saying that it was a tie between those two being the best movies of last year. Then I saw Godzilla minus one. I was like, I think I changed my mind. But yeah, excellent choice. Yeah, definitely an excellent choice for yeah, an excellent choice for the best movie of last year. And yeah, and so but yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, definitely a good movie for sure. A few nitpicks I had with it. It doesn't make or break the entire movie, but yeah. So, Dylan, what are your thoughts on these new Planet of the Apes movies? Do you like them? And if so, I'm curious, what's your favorite one? I mentioned this earlier, but my personal favorite of the newer ones is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I know there were numerous sequels to the 1968 movie. I haven't seen any of them. Yeah, it would take some time for me to get caught up on all the Planet of the Apes films. But yeah, so I don't know if Dylan's still watching. I mean, if he's not, then I get it. He has other things he has to go do, and that's fine. No problemo. Yeah, no one's really commenting anymore, so I'm gonna for no one's watching. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching my review of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Be sure to check out my merch at poppoptees.com. Thank you all for watching. Have a fantastic night or day whenever you're watching this, but you know what I mean. See y'all later.